Okay, let's take a look at these two word problems, and we are going to do what I want you to do for your homework. Okay, so we're not only going to solve them mathematically, we're going to model them. We're going to draw a picture. So let's take a look at question number one. Dale divided 1/4 of a gallon of ketchup equally into two smaller bottles to put on the tables in his hamburger restaurant. How much ketchup did he put in each bottle? So this is kind of a good question because he really tells us what we're doing. We're dividing and equally. Those are our two big keywords. We're dividing equally. So we know that obviously we're going to divide. And then it basically tells us exactly what we're going to divide and into how many groups. So it says he divided 1/4 of a gallon equally into two smaller bottles or two groups. So let's model our gallon. Here is a big gallon of ketchup. And he only had 1/4 left, but we have to divide it all up into fourths in order to show that that's all he had left was 1/4. So let's highlight our 1/4 that's left at the bottom. And he divides that equally into two smaller bottles. So if we were going to break up our 1/4 equally, let's go ahead and just divide it down the bottom. How much ketchup did he put in each bottle? So he put this much in one bottle and this much in the other bottle. Well, how much is this? Um, that uh, that's the answer is how much is that one fraction, right? So the way we can do that is, well, it's going to be a fraction. So it's going to have a numerator. Well, what's our numerator? What is shaded? We have one part shaded. Remember, because the answer is going to be how much is in each bottle. And so this is what's going to be in one bottle. How much is in this bottle? Well, and it's going to be the same for the other one. So our answer is, it doesn't matter which bottle you use, it's going to be the same, right? So our numerator is the highlighted part. We have one part highlighted. And then our numerator is how many equal parts are in the gallon. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 total parts. So our answer should be 1/8. So let's see how to solve that mathematically. We have 1/4 of a gallon that's getting divided up into two equal groups. So when we multiply fractions, we keep the dividend multiplied by the reciprocal. So we keep our dividend, which is 1/4, and we multiply by the reciprocal of 2. Well, what is the reciprocal of 2? We can find it a little easier by turning 2 into a fraction. And now let's flip it. Put the 1 on top and the 2 on bottom. Remember, if we start with a fraction, what should we end with? We learned yesterday, if we start with a fraction, we should end with a fraction, right? So let's just multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Did we get the same answer? We did. All right, let's look at question 2. Daniel has baked 5 trays of sugar cookies. He puts 1/4 of each tray into a box to deliver to his neighbors. How many boxes will he need for all the cookies? So here we have a total of 5 trays of cookies. They're getting divided up into groups of 1/4 of a tray. And my answer will be how many groups we have or how many boxes he'll need to fit those cookies. So that's, we have a total getting divided up into equal groups of 1/4. And our answer is how many groups we have. So let's draw our 5 trays. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're equal trays, even though my squares are a little off, they should all be equal. And all the trays have the same amount of cookies on them. And we're going to put 1/4 of each tray into a box. So let's go ahead and show that each tray is getting divided up into fourths. And we can assume that Daniel is such a generous guy. He is giving away all these cookies. He's not keeping any for himself. And so we need to see how many boxes he needs because each one of these fourths is going to be put into a box. So if we have 4 on each tray, we can skip count by 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So presumably he will need 20 boxes for all the cookies. So let's see if we can solve this mathematically the same way. He has 5 trays getting divided up into fourths. Well, when we divide fractions, we keep the dividend and multiply by the reciprocal. So if we start with a whole number, what should we end with? Like we learned yesterday, if we start with a whole number, we will end with a whole number. So let's see what happens. We keep our dividend, so we're going to keep 5. Multiply by the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 1/4? Just flip it. 4 now is on top and 1 is on the bottom. So let's turn our 5 into a fraction by doing fraction bar 1 and multiply across. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times 1 is 1. Do we keep this way? Oh, no, we do not, because it is an improper fraction. How many times does 1 go into 20? 20 times. So we end with a whole number. Started with a whole number, end with a whole number. And is it the same? Yes, it is. So if you take a look at your assignment, I'm such a nice teacher. You only have 3 word problems to do, but here it has a space for you to draw a picture and then write the equation and solve it. Okay, so just like I have done, okay, you can draw a picture and then write an equation to solve. Then you have these 2 questions. What do you notice about each quotient? And what do you notice about the relationship between the divisor, the dividend, and the quotient? And then our big takeaway, oops, my little thing got messed up and I will add it down here. I want you to write your own word problem. So remember, we are dividing a whole number into equal groups that are a fraction. So if it will help you, I'm going to give you an equation to use for your word problem. So for your word problem, you can start with 3 of something. It gets divided into halves, and so your answer is how many groups do you have after each of your things get divided into half, okay? And then I want you to answer the launch question, what was difficult about today, and what was easy about today. All right, friends. I hope you have enjoyed our fraction talk. We have another few days of it, and then we are moving on. So I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.